Hey guys, God bless. Been trying to make this video for a couple weeks now for you guys, and I've just never had the chance. So tonight, I was like, I'm gonna do it, regardless how late it is, and it's really late. So excuse my tired face, but I really wanted to get to something with you guys, and Halloween's coming up in the next couple days, and Thursday, and Dia de los Muertos, and all that, and I sort of wanted to get into that with you guys because in Hosea 4:6 it does say, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Right? There's some harm that we are doing to ourselves when we don't know about these things. So I pray that you give me 5-8 minutes of your time real quick, so we can learn a little bit about this. Okay, we don't want to be harming ourselves, our spirit, for not knowing these things. So please listen up. This does descend and come from Indo-European people called the Celts in the first century, and from a religion called Druidism. That's where the origins from Halloween come. So look, you can look that up yourself in your own time and learn a little bit more about it. But according to the Bible, I do want to spread some verses. You guys can pause it, look it up, or just listen. But it's in the Bible, and I want to explain to you guys what God says about it. All right. Why we do not celebrate it. You know, God is a God of the living and not of the dead. And I'll explain it in Matthew 22:32. And you know, we serve a living God, and God is here for us, for the living. Okay, and celebrating Halloween or any of these things are obviously going to open up a door, a fear, anything to do with Halloween. If you go to Six Flags, Disneyland, anywhere, it's not Scary Farm, right? To put fear into people, right? And that's the opposite of what God wants for us. So don't open that door for the enemy. Why we don't do it? We can find in Deuteronomy 18:10-12. It says, "Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire." Okay, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or a spiritist, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. Wow. In another version, it says, is an abomination to the Lord. Okay, so obviously God is saying he does not like this. He detests it. He hates it when people do these things, right? When you're in a relationship and you're person who you're in a relationship with, or even if it's your mom, your friend, and they tell you, "I hate it when you do that. I hate it." You try not to do it, right? Now, if you're in a relationship with God, which if you're receiving this, you're Christian and you have a relationship with God, um, God is telling us he hates it when people do this. And it's not just specifically Halloween. It's not just specifically Dia de los Muertos. You know, any of the actions that open the door to the devil, which is any of these things, you know, adding, you know, the Ouija board, right? That's trying to contact the dead, um, or the devil. That bracelet, del ojo, right? That red one que tiene el ojito. You guys know what I'm talking about. Reading hands, reading of the stars, your horoscopes, believing in the horoscopes and luck and anything like that. Any of those superstitions belong amongst this, what this verse is trying to tell us not to do. So we got to be careful with those things. And if you haven't heard it before, I'm telling you now, stop doing those things, because God hates those things. And if you want to be in a relationship with God and one day reach into heaven, you do not want to be partaking in any of these things. Okay, it says in Proverbs 6:27-28, "Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched?" The answer is no. You can't, right? You know, you can't just have a little bit of it without getting burnt. You can't just do a little bit of Halloween. You can't just do a little bit of speaking with the dead. You can't just do a little bit of this tradition that you know is bad and think it doesn't go a long way. No, you open that door just that little bit for that little cute costume, for that little cute flowers, that they have around this time, the little cute decorations maybe that they have. And you open that door, you crack that window just enough for the enemy to come in. Okay? And as little as you may think these things are, it has a big root engraved into something deeper. And there are literally Satanists and ex-Satanists that talk against this, right? That they say they fast and they pray specifically for us Christians to fall into it. And they laugh at us because a lot of Christians actually do participate and partake in these things, which is very unfortunate, but there are some. In Ephesians 5:11, it says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather rebuke it." Right? It says rebuke it. Right? God wants you to be nothing a part of it. Right? Maybe once in your life you have done this. Maybe you were a part of this every year. Maybe you were part of this last week, last year, maybe earlier today. I mean, heck. But you know what? Let me tell you, from now on, you are the light in the Lord, just as Ephesians 5:11 says. And find out what pleases the Lord. Obviously, what he hates and what pleases him. Through his word, we will find out. And have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness. So have nothing to do with this. From now on, have nothing to do with this. Now that you know this, have nothing to do with this. Now that you know that you want to be in a relationship with God, have nothing to do with what he hates. And be in a deeper relationship with God. Right? Don't allow the enemy, all these things that you hear about, sleep paralysis and anything in these scary movies, right? They're true. They're from the devil. And they should not be allowed in your home. Don't allow it in your home. Don't allow it in your life, in your spirit. Allow God in your spirit. Allow God in your life. Allow God in your home. And he is going to change your whole life for you. Okay? God bless you guys. Bye-bye.